So there are 5 things I wish I would have done differently on my FKT thru-hike of the Sheltowee Trace. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Jason. Thank you for joining me. Yes, even though I was successful at setting the new FKT last November on the Sheltowee Trace, there are still 5 things I wish I would have done differently. And stick around to the end of the video and I will also share with you 5 things that I think I did right that I would definitely not change if I was to redo my FKT attempt. Number 1, I would have made multiple food drops. I only had 1 resupply bag of food at the midway point at mile 175, and that was a big mistake. It caused my food bags to be really heavy, over 10 pounds, so it was more difficult on the trail carrying all that weight, and I barely made it to the resupply point because I nearly ran out of food. So I think if I was to do that over again, I would put out multiple food drops, probably every other day. So probably 4 or 5 food drops along the 333 miles. Number 2, I needed more calories. I lost a lot of weight on the trail and I needed to have more energy gels, other healthy calories, and having multiple food drops would have allowed me to carry more food with me. So I was consuming nearly 5,000 calories a day. I still lost 8 to 10 pounds over the 10-day period. So having more calories in the form of energy gels, I think would have helped me tremendously. Also, I wasn't getting enough water. So I was drinking through my Sawyer squeeze, which was screwed on top of my smart water bottle, and I think that was a mistake to do that continually. I should have pumped water through it, squeezed water through it into my smart water bottle so I could have gotten the water out more easily. I often found myself just not drinking enough because of the extra effort it takes to squeeze water through the filter while you're walking. Number 3, better foot care. I nearly ran out of Leukotape because I got blisters where I've never gotten blisters before. And all the training and all the hiking I've ever done, I've never had blisters. So I don't know what changed on this hike. But anyway, I would toughen my feet up more, bring more Leukotape, and maybe even try out sock liners or toe socks. Number 4, I would have done more long distance training on hills and rough terrain. Now, when I was preparing for my FKT attempt, I did a lot of my high mileage days on roads because it's just easier to train long distance on roads. Now, even though I live in the highest point in Ohio with lots of rolling hills and fields and woods all around me, I didn't utilize them enough. So when I actually got out there and was putting in 35 to 45 miles every day, I wasn't really prepared for that kind of terrain and the way it beat up my body. So next time, definitely we'll do more high mileage days actually in the fields, woods, and hills. And finally, number 5, I way underestimated the amount of painkillers I would need to get me through this 333 miles. It beat me up and I was hurting pretty bad. I just about ran out of ibuprofen and I think I even should have brought some Tylenol. So I know those are terrible for your body to take those continually day after day after day, but it was either take the painkillers or bail. So I decided to push on and take the painkillers and I nearly ran out and I was hurting pretty bad. So if I was to do it all over again, I would definitely take more ibuprofen and Tylenol. Now let me tell you about the 5 things that I did right that I would not change. Number 1, I used a tent versus a hammock. Now I love my hammock and I will continue to use it on leisurely trips, but for the FKT, the tent was the way to go. I was able to set it up so quickly and easily in the dark, and I just think I would have struggled with getting the hammock set up quick and easy after a long day in the dark. So the duplex, the Z-Packs duplex was the way to go for me. Number 2, the second thing I did right was my workout regimen. I spent a lot of time on my legs doing squats and lunges in preparation for this hike, and not only was I doing a full body workout as well, I did spend a little extra time working out my shoulders and neck muscles, doing military press, shrugs, and dumbbell lateral raises, just to make sure they were ready for carrying that heavy pack for 10 solid days of 14 hours a day. And it worked because I had no soreness whatsoever. So number 2 was my workout regimen. Number 3, my personal protection. I carried dog spray and my 380 firearm. I heard there was a lot of dogs on a trail, so I did not want to get bit, so I carried dog spray with me, and my .380 firearm just in case. And hiking all alone out in the middle of nowhere in the dark for several hours each night, it just gave me a peace of mind having those two items with me on the trail. The fourth thing I did right was having GPX files on my Gaia app. There is absolutely no way, no how I could have navigated my way through the Sheltowee Trace relying on blazes alone. I would have been so lost so many times, I would have had to bail and quit my FKT attempt. So that was a lifesaver, having GPX files to follow on my Gaia app. The fifth and final thing that I feel like I did right on my Thru-Hike was reserve a cabin for a 2-night stay with my wife after I completed the trail. I'm telling you what, it was the most amazing feeling knowing that I had that to look forward to at the end of my hike. So I would highly recommend booking yourself somewhere to stay with your loved one when you finish your Thru-Hike. You will not regret it. Alrighty guys, those are the 5 things that I would have done differently and the 5 things that I feel like I did right on my Thru-Hike of the Sheltowee Trace. If you have any thoughts or ideas of things that I should have done differently, put them down in the comments. I'd love to check those out. And if you have found anything helpful or useful in this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider being a subscriber so you can follow along in all of my adventures during 2020. As always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'm Jason Wish, wishing you a great time on your next adventure.